Alright, so I know that people have already seen a Fun West guide from me, so if you're watching this, you're like, oh, why the hell is this guy uploading so much about this Final Boss? It's because the Final Boss is really hard, so I apologize in advance, but this team is much better and much more free-to-play friendlier, and it is really kind of stronger in the capacity that, right, the Scotty team is probably the best team. Alright, Goddess team is there too for the stats, and it's a little harder to die, but this team works, and it's very free-to-play, right? For the reason that you basically have these units, and before someone says, oh, there's no way I have a 2-6, 1-6, 3-6 Escanor, you should have some dupes on your Escanor to make this more viable. Yes, it's not a 6-6 needed. No, it isn't. I've seen people complete this with a 2-6, alright? So I don't know if 1-6 works, but it should if you have a 1-6 regular Escanor, which they've given you many copies of him, and it's been many chances to obtain him, so this is very free to play. In comparison to what the other teams are, this is the most free to play, in my opinion, right? Scotty is harder to obtain than these characters here. That's my opinion, so yeah, that's how I'll do it, alright? But for what it is, this team is pretty good, so in comparison to what I told you, right? So I gave you one guide, right? If you want to check that out, it was the hard guide. Just farm hard, do it that way, you're good to go. If you want to be challenged, you'll need Goddess team, Scotty team, that's there. This team exists, and this team works, alright? Like and subscribe, helps out a ton. I'll share the team with you and do all of that. Realize, again, you gotta clear the shop out, and you have to rank. If you want to rank properly, you can just beat it on hell and do it that way. But if you want to farm challenge, this team works surprisingly very well. What you need to run is Escanor over here. My link you don't need, but it was pretty helpful, right? You're running this over here with Tarm Link. She'll take some damage, so you want to heal her back as much as possible. You will run Fest King, and you'll run Bond. This character's for free. This character's for free. This character's for free. King has been there many times that you were forced to obtain him. He has been there so many times that I hope you at least have him. And if you have him, you're good to go. That's one unit. That is one unit. The other three are free. Free, free, free. Okay, so there's no shot. This team isn't easy to formulate for you. So there is that. Card set wise, we're doing the single target card set because again, you're going to be using single targets a lot from this character here, this character here. So the 6% increase is very good. Attack food over here for the gear. Very simple. I just ran my regular Escanor gear attack crit. My regular Scotty gear, which is used for Demonic Beast, I just ran that too. So if she had defense, would have done better, obviously. But we don't need that. Screw that out here. We're good. And then we ran attack crit over here. And this doesn't matter, so just HP defense to out CC. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Oath of Combat's going to be run as these two over here. Obviously, you can't do the other two because you are using food. Very simple, very straightforward, and very easy to formulate. You cannot tell me this is not easy to formulate. Yes, you may need a few dupes here, or one dupe, or two dupes, alright? But you do not need a 6-6. Now, loading in. I'm going to give you a quick lowdown, alright? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell it to you as honestly as possible. Yes, you may need some Escanor dupes. You may. Yes, I do not have his relic. I do not have his relic. I'm going to say this one time with the people in the back. I do not have the King's relic, alright? I ran without it just to show it to you, because people are going to be like, oh, you need his relic, that's why it's going to work. You do not need his relic. You do not need his relic, okay? But it is true. On the second phase, you may get, it depends on how many debuffs you apply. If you're not able to kill the first turn too fast, and you apply way too many ignites, or you go into said turn, part 2, without, like, that much health on your characters, they will die. You have to at least have, like, 60% health. So, you gotta make sure in this phase you are life-stealing constantly, you're making sure that you're not stalling for too long, and you're not getting ignites applied just left and right. You cannot allow that, alright? If that is happening, it's going to be a different ballgame, correct? So just keep that in mind. That is something really important to know, okay? So there's 2 attack cards, and then that, and that. I don't think I have to worry, really. But I will do this, I will do this, and I will do this. And next year we'll kill Elizabeth, okay? So, build the shield here. Again, the shield gets popped like a bubble in the next one, the next phase, so keep that in mind. But you're not going to really have a chance to apply it. Well, that's depending, right? Well, it depends on how you go into that phase, right? So, there's this. Pretty simple. We have a stance cancel. That's why we're using Thonar. Thonar is there for the stance cancel, which is this right here, which is huge. That is huge. So keep it in mind. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this, and let's do. Or on second thought, let's do this. This. No, that won't kill Elizabeth. Hell no. So this. This. That should kill, right? Hopefully. Hopefully I don't mess this up. That would suck if I messed that up. Oh yeah, I messed that up. I messed that up. Oh, Liz is living. Liz is 100% living. Yeah. Escanor had a kill there, but he didn't. So all good. I used the Liz cards. So I did drop her ult, which is fine. She did rejuvenate, which does suck for heal up. We'll get ulted on here. It won't do too much damage. Yeah, it barely scratches him. It does apply ignites, so watch out for that. Now, we don't want to stall too much, so let's do this. Let's do this. And let's do this. Okay, pretty simple. That's going to apply a shield, help us out a little bit, keep us a little bit afloat. This will kill Elizabeth, and we'll do some nice damage to Melly. All right, very basic, very easy. We're trying to maintain that health. We want to keep that health up. King has a lot of debuff, so we want to try to kill as fast as possible now to keep him from, you know, taking any damage that he doesn't need. So right there, it doesn't crack the shields. There we go. There's the counter. Doesn't matter. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Now we have all 3 ults. We want to go into the next phase with all 3 ults, or at least pushing towards the 3rd one, whichever that may be. You need Escanor's ult on the 2nd phase, 2nd turn. So after the 1st turn, you need it. I'm not joking. You need it right after. So there's this. All right, we're not killing 100%. Yeah, we're not going to kill. All right, took a little bit of unnecessary damage, but it's fine. We can at least do this. We can at least drop his ult, and we can at least do this. Hopefully that kills, but it won't, right? Oh, it will! I'm proud of you, Escanor. This is why you're better than Ultimate. I'm just kidding, obviously, but Thonar didn't kill him. Imagine she didn't kill. I'd be so salty. All right, there we go. We're going into next turn. We got some decent things here. I hope for a king card. Ooh, double king card? That is beautiful. Let's do this, let's do this, let's just slide. Or let's just slide. Yeah, we don't need to use any ults. You're not using any ults, you're just doing that. Okay, we're gonna form a little bit of shield, which will get popped in like 2 seconds. Boom, we're gonna form a little bit of shield, which will get popped in like 2 seconds. Beautiful. Now watch this. There's no point in applying shield here, because it just popped. Okay, watch this, ready? Popped. There's no point in applying shield. Bit of more damage there, which kind of sucks. Here we go. Let's see what we can do here. So, theoretically, one of the better plays is to do this. I mean, should I test this out right now? Nah. Should I? Let's do this. This. And this. Usually, I would do Escanor's ult and Thonar's ult, but I am curious how much this would do. And we do get a little bit of shield to apply, which will get popped in like 2 seconds, which is true. But we do get shield. I do wonder. Let's see. Yeah, that did 321. Such a huge amount. Now Escanor should do around 717. 417 to 835. So it is much better. If you want to, you can use. And look at that. You will have a shield, so you'll keep your units alive. This will get popped now. But it didn't get popped. It still survived. Look at that. So a better way to do it is do it this way, and it will increase the survivability, right? That is so much better. Okay. Let's do this. That should kill Melly. Bop, bop, bop. Imagine that doesn't kill Melly. Imagine though. 107. So again, if you needed a little RNG, if let's say your Escanor is not 6/6, in this situation, you would have relied on Thonar's ult and then 2 Escanor cards, which would amass about 300k damage. Let's say your ult only hit for like 500k, 600k because you weren't enough. That's when, again, you just have to hope that you went in with Escanor cards. So use that last turn to formulate that. Use Thonar's cards to attack. It will be a better run. But again, people will say like, oh, you need a 6/6. I've seen it be done without it. So it is true, but yes, you may need a few dupes. Not like, you know, 1/6, but 2/6, 3/6 would be very helpful. So do keep that in mind. Do keep that in mind. But we'll finish up the final boss here. Pretty simple. It is generally better for a lot of you, so I would recommend to try it out. Just try it out. See how it goes. It may take a little bit of runs here and there. Just test out the damage and see how it goes. But as you clearly saw, if I 3 Escanor carded him, it would have been about 300,000 damage, even if they were all rank 1s, which is making up for the damage you may have lost. Now, let's say you had silver or gold going into it, you would kind of get your Escanor to do 200, 300, potentially all the way to 500, 600k, correct? So it is that as a truthful statement too, which is worth mentioning, right? So there is that. Well, let's see. And if I had King's Relic, I would have been in such a better area, right? His Relic would have given 15% additional stats and 15% extra attack. So he would have been way better in comparison too. So overall, there's many things you can do with this team to make it a lot better. But I did run without a relic for you, so just to show that. But it does work. So let's go with this. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. Again, we would have easily been able to trickle her down without the ult, but we're just gonna use the ult because we can. So there is that. Pretty easy. That is the final boss. I would recommend to try it out, see how it goes for you. It will be a little bit better than what the other teams are. It is a little bit more accessible, but again, it will argue the 6-6 part, which I do see that being a thing. But 3.3k is the score, so not as much as what I had for Goddess team. Scotty team just does unbelievably well, but not as much. But you will be able to get a decent score. You will be able to farm challenge. As you can see there, it worked. I did farm it a few times beforehand also to test it out. So there you go. Right, but also you had to clear the shop out, so make sure you take care of that properly. Quick little video here just to share it with you. Again, run the Goddess team, run the Scotty team. Those all work. So depending on what you need. All right. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace out, enjoy. That has been it for me. Sorry for the third final boss video. I won't do any more, but I do want to share this with you because it is possible and it does work. All right. Good luck.